There's a lot of military stuff going on here. Well, because of Iran. Iran so far away. Yeah. I think it was another military jet, not military helicopter flyby. That I hear up here. So, um, quiet Sunday. Yeah, somebody was prank texting me, prank calling me. I was pretty mad about that. So, somebody named Watu, Katu, some stupid name. Hold on. Let me see if I can find the damn stupid name. Give me a second here. Sorry for the dead air. Wi-Fi's back here. No, not bookmarks. Nothing but naked ladies on the bookmarks. Um, Come on, man. Sorry, it's just um, Ketut. And they said some nasty um, things to me regarding um, intercourse from a male. Yeah, and then I had to call security because that's it. Yeah. So I heard this a term I've heard before, and I was really kind of got the hook in me. A couple of things, um, but this in particular, the phrase "embarrassment of riches." And of course, you could probably figure out what that means, but like already interpreting things for myself, like obviously you take your own personal you hear something and then you just automatically apply your personal experience to it, and then that's exactly. And I'm just thinking like, yeah, I feel that sometimes. Um, that being here and other things that I'm doing, and it is an embarrassment of riches. It's like it's just like I feel like I should have done and could have done so much more with my time and my time here. And it's been such a slow and stupid process, and other things taking my life over, people and yeah, people and life and strife and money and everything just kind of subtracting everything from whatever you wanted to do, and it just feels like. And then I hit this point in terms of age, and it's like, oh my god, and I should like and I regret not doing more. I regret that I didn't. I'm trying to focus as much as I can now, but it's like, well, this is a hell of a time to focus. I mean, like, you're over the hill, man. Like, you're gonna focus now. You're gonna take your chances now. You're gonna do all these things now. What happened to this 30 years ago, 20 years ago, 10 years ago? Where were you in all this? I'm taking many more chances and many more risks because I kind of just don't care. I hit this like mythical wall, and I had my head like I guess I had my head rattled, and now I'm looking at the world very differently. And I did say there was that expression, you want to hit the ground running and all this stuff. The reason that's like sometimes I don't. It's the reason why I don't kind of do well in stocks. It's the reason the same way I don't do well in a lot of things. Don't do well in gambling. I don't do well in too many things. It's only because I try to do everything, and then I wind up doing very little of everything, which doesn't add up to much. They don't all those numbers don't add together. It's like, if math is addition or subtraction, it's like each number one of these numbers is actually a form, and the form doesn't add to the next form and to the next form to the next form. And I spread myself thin, and then I wonder why I don't have a lot of results from the things that I do is because I just scatter myself across so many different things. So, but it's at the same time, I'm interested in so many things. I get bored with all these other things, and that does affect how, like, the overall. successes, and it's problematic, to say the least. I don't know if it makes any sense. Uh, it's like, well, you spread yourself too thin, and it's like, nah, it's not as easy as that. I mean, we're taught to spread ourselves thin. Look at school. Like school was the way to spread yourself. They taught us stress and spreading yourself thin. They wouldn't give us math and English and art. Like if I would try to go to school now, I'd go crazy. Like, how can I go from history class to math class to then art class in the same day? Like, are you crazy? Even if it was every other day. And it's like they teach you all this stress right off the bat, how to like switch gears within within minutes, even seconds of classes. I remember doing homework. It's like, look at what homework is. Homework is terrible. I always hated school. I've talked about it at length, but school was like that perfect like horror of like, well, now I got to do my geography homework, then I got to move into the math, then I got to do the English, and it's just like, I can't do that anymore. I can't like sit down and do. So if somebody says do some homework, and you have to do all those separate things, and they all have to be equally good, I'm actually shocked. I had straight A's in school, until basically freshman year, when I went to like a really hard Catholic school. But like for years, like straight A, either the top 3, top 5 of my class. And then I realized that each one of those classes had to be an A. They can't. There was no room for error for me. My dad would beat my ass. That's the truth. There's no. It's not. It was negative. It wasn't like under threat. Like, you don't do well on this test, I'm going to beat your ass, kind of statement. But I knew the score. I had to get A's and hundreds all the time. There was no 90. 80 was like, I'm going to get I'm going to get my head cracked if I bring home an 80, like that did. My dad would give me this open hand smack, and he used to wear this big gold ring. I own it now. It's next to my bed. After he passed away, I got it. He used to give me this open hand smack, and wow, if I came home with like a 75 or 80, which never, I mean, I could count on one hand if whatever that happened. I mean, he would ring my bell. Holy crap. So then you get out into the real world, it feels like the same way. Like, you have to have like, your social life, your dating life, or spousal life, and then your kids' life, and then the job. Like, all those have to be somehow A. You have to get an A on all those things. Right now, I feel like I failed all my classes, and I'm laughing because it's just like I'm at that stage where like I feel like I'm in junior year in high school and I don't give a shit anymore. Freshman year I gave a shit. Sophomore year I gave a shit. Now that I'm in my junior year, I'm kind of like really like, yeah, man, I don't care what the teachers say. Like I'm slacking off, and it's just like, and then it's like, just give me the exam so I could pass it. Like, I'm not even passing anything right now, and it's like this whole like, it's the same way. Like, I went to good schools and somehow still couldn't cut it. I'm like a guy that just can't cut it. And I have opportunity. I have this, and and it's just like, and I know that in somebody else's hands, they would do well. They would do much better than me. I had talked about this at length, and that's my pattern. You've already heard this one. Stop me if you heard this one. It's the same way like I felt about like the parking meters. If you know me from my work, from that, it's the same thing. That they were a great idea. I did pretty well with them, but I do feel that if someone else did them, they would have gone a lot farther with the idea. They would have got the funding. They would have got the things that they needed. Because I was the right guy to kind of do them, but I was the wrong guy to deliver it. I'm the wrong guy to be the spokesman for it, or whatever have you. And same thing I feel like about like this horse that recently found again in the trash. It's like, yes, I'm the right guy to fix it, to get it out of the trash, but I feel like I'm the wrong guy to like get the funding and all. It's like, I'm the right guy for a very specific situation, but wrong for everything else, because it doesn't seem to like, catch. It catches a little bit. It does. There is a little bit of a gear catch, a little bit of like the turning of the machine, but it's like very brief. It's like go, and it's like half fixing a motor. And the same thing like here, it's just like, like you got a gift, and then they expect you to deliver on the gift, and I can't deliver, and it's frustrating because like and then the distractions, and then like being like I said in school, like it's like I have to fail math to pass English, and it's like that's what it is now. So like I got to do well in gym, but geography is going to go the way of the dodo. So it's like that now. It's like I'm only going to be able to pass one or two classes, maybe. The rest of it isn't so good. I don't know where I was going with this, but yeah, you talk about multitasking is multi-failing. I've said that before, but yeah, that's where we are. Just wanted to do better. But what are we gonna do? I can't wish it, right? Yeah. All right. Well,